Hi, this is Sarah with Sarah Borland Astrology, and this is the new moon report for Thursday, September 14th. I want to start before we begin with just acknowledging how rough time has been for so many. And there's been so many tragedies within the last 5 weeks. Of course, we had the fires in Maui, the earthquake in Morocco, the floods in Libya, which were so tragic, and of course, earlier in the month, Florida. And now we have Hurricane Lee in the Atlantic. And I know there have been other things that have happened, but those are just a few of the really major ones. And it's a lot. And we know right now with Uranus and Taurus that this cycle of big sudden shocks to the earth is part of that symbolic signature. Moving on, we have on the 13th, which is today, the day I'm recording this, we have the goddess Vesta is changing signs. She is moving to 0 degrees Cancer. She is the goddess of home and hearth, and she's in the sign of nurturance and mothering. So Vesta is moving into Cancer. And at 0 degrees, which is a cardinal point, this is so important. And we know that this is a sign this is of our earth and society needs taking care of. On Friday, Ceres, the goddess of agriculture and fertility and mothering, moves into Libra, the sign of balance, justice, and relationships. So questions that we can ask during this time period is, what is our relationship with how we grow and sustain the systems of feeding the world? Is it an equitable system? Is it sustainable? Secondarily, when we look at some other signatures of Ceres, Ceres, of course, is about nurturance and mothering, moves into Libra. And I'm wondering, will we see the next iteration of justice for fertility rights? Of course, there will be more to come as these changes with women's rights goes through each state and each justice system, because it is so different in our country in terms of how people view this. But I think there's more to come on women's rights in general. We'll just have to wait to see how this transpires. Now, these goddesses changing signs for sure means that we are in for some shifts. Watch the news and let me know what you see. Next, we're going to talk about the new moon, which is on Thursday, the 14th. It's in meticulous Virgo. The new moon is actually when the sun and the moon come together in the sky, and they're both at 21 degrees 58 minutes Virgo. Now, the new moon represents new beginnings and the seeds that we plant for this next cycle. Virgo is about being of service and doing whatever you do very well. And as I always say, if you're going to do something, make sure that you do it well. This lunation also has some fuzzy energy to it. It is opposite Neptune in Pisces, and this can show sometimes as confusion, possibly about where to put your energy. Simultaneously, it can also be harnessed as very creative. Think of artists who are envisioning something in their mind's eye, and then they are able to put the energy behind it and create it and bring it to fruition. Artists are quite amazing that way. They can make something from nothing. And if you blend the energies of the new moon and Virgo, Virgo is about detail and precision, with the creative vision, Pisces, you can find yourself in new territory and creating something really fresh and uncharted. Maybe it's time to birth something new. Now, at this time, we have 6 planets that are retrograde, and of course, Chiron as well. So that makes 7 points in the sky. We only have Venus and Mars that are not retrograde. And really, this message is that it's time to be quiet. It's time to, and I don't mean verbally, this is time to go within and do some soul searching. And truly, this is a great time to ask yourself, what has been working? What is no longer serving you? And what changes do you need to implement for your life to be exactly what you want it to be? Now, on Friday afternoon, some of you are like, yay, this is great, but Mercury stations direct. And this is a time when our thinking and communication should start to flow and be more clear. And of course, Mercury is in Virgo, so it's in its home sign and it's super happy. And it's, again, very meticulous and detail oriented. Personally, I overall have not really noticed any hiccups with Mercury being retrograde. It happens 3 times a year, so this is just a normal situation with our flow of cycles. But then again, I shouldn't talk too soon because I have not posted this video yet, so we will see. We have last but not least, we have a grand trine, which is a very positive flow of energy between the new moon, Uranus and Taurus, and Pluto and Capricorn. This is big energy of change. And Uranus and Taurus and Pluto and Capricorn have been in a relationship for a while now. And it's about transformation and sudden kind of insights or sudden changes. And this is highlighted by the new moon. So we may see, and I'm being very hopeful, a surge of new inventions and social reforms that are kicked off in this lunation. On the note of being inspired, I love Neptune energy. As an artist and a creator, I always find it something to be very inspiring, and I love that liminal energy. So I'd like to leave you with this poem, one of my favorites, which is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. I fell clutch of in the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Be conscious of your choices this month, and thank you again for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe for more soul-centered content, and hopefully it's a little uplifting, a bit of nourishment for your soul. Until next time, thank you.